we've got to get back to the founding values that we have. So I head up this organization called Turning Point Australia. It's to empower, it's to educate, and it's to teach people exactly how their democracy actually works. I come from construction. I came from 7-8 years, and I lost my last year because I was made redundant because of the lockdowns, because big government tried to be everyone's daddy at the same time. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't work. Unfortunately, they start meddling in things that they don't understand. And now our democracy is so bad that people turn to a guy that was bricklaying 4 years ago for advice on how their democracy works. And that's essentially what my role over the course of the last year and a half has been since I lost my job. It built a pretty big following so that I could educate people and empower them to get the political outcomes they need. Now, I lean right. I'm a conservative. I'm a staunch Christian, but at the same time, I am unapologetic when it comes to my positions. But I want to empower everyone, and that includes the far left parties like the Greens as well. I think the Greens party would be a great party if people that voted for them actually joined that party. I mean that. In New South Wales, we've got 0.5% of the state's population that votes in political parties. So it's worse than the one we're being ruled by the 0.5%. Everyone in every family should have at least one person that's a member of a political party, so that they're involved, so that they're playing things out. And I think that's a mark of success if we can get that up in New South Wales and in Greater Australia. But I was thinking about a number of things I could plug on this, Pat. But the last thing I guess I want to finish on is hope. This last week, I'm really trying to empower people and remind them that there is hope. We're going to have a break. We're going to get our summer. I think that we're actually going to have a lot of our freedoms released for the vaccinated and the unvaccinated before the 1st of December, in my opinion. And I look forward to playing this video back because I can't say exactly why I know that. But I'm looking forward to seeing how New South Wales leads the rest of the country out of this. Of course, I wish the Premier, Dom Perrottet, opened things a lot sooner. I promised that if he did things sooner, I'd start calling him Don Perrottet. But there's a big portion of the population which would obviously riot and loot and burn if they ended up giving us the same freedoms at the same time. And it turns out this was all a big sham. So I'm gonna leave it there. But Pat, thank you so much for bringing these amazing guests on. I don't know. I'm so glad I'm not after the next guest.
Yeah, Joel, before you go, you're an amazing speaker and an amazing orator. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to give you just a minute or two. Joel, what would you say to our political leaders right now? What appeal, as a young Australian, ethnic background, what appeal, and I want you to go from your heart, Joel, what would you say to these men and women right now?
In 60 seconds, I'd say.
No, I don't know. Take 2 minutes. I'm not going to run you on a clock. Go. Floor's yours.
It's very simple. We live in a transactional society, and that goes politically as well. You never threaten someone without being able to pull the trigger. Now, when it comes to, I'm not about to incite a riot. I'm about to tell the government that do your job or else you'll be replaced. It's as simple as that. You clearly don't know the names of the kids in my family. You don't know the names of kids in other families. You don't care about us. If the course of the last year has demonstrated anything, so I'm appealing to your self-interest. If you want to keep your jobs, then listen to what people have been calling for. Look at the polling. You know where people stand, and people have had enough. Now, a lot of people, they may not even vote for you. But what you do from this point on may not matter. They may never forgive you, just like Aussie Cossack. But you have a chance to give people back the freedoms that they were born with. They were never yours to take away. They were never yours to withhold from them. And we're going to come out on top. And you better be very careful. Gladys Berejiklian, I think this last couple of months we've demonstrated that politicians are not above the law. 2 Labor MPs, they're sitting in a jail cell right now, one for 3 years, one for 5 years. We still have our vote in this country. We still have anti-corruption boards in this country that can act as bodies against you. As much as the rot has attacked this country, and as much as we are made fools of around the world, what does Don Jr. say? He says, "Don't Australia my America." And I don't blame him after what you guys have done. You're absolute clowns. So if you want to actually move the country forward, if you want to make Australia great again, you've got to return back to the values, and you've got to listen back to the people. And I think with a lot of people, the gloves are off. They came after everything, Pat. They came
Correct.
after everything. They insisted they insisted that they muzzle anyone that just had a dissenting of view. Not only did they force masks on anyone on shaky ground, but they come after us. They send cops after us. They sent different sets of cops to my house, to my family. Whenever a cop showed up to my house, I'd have to rush home. And do we have free speech in this country? That's my question. But
Mm.
I guess the appeal would be, do your job, get back into it. And if you truly love this country, then start acting like it and talk to the people. Stop avoiding their emails and stop selling their private information out. It's not healthy. I wish I had a more uplifting message for you, Pat, but
No,
the
Joel,
politicians need to see the reality.
Joel, the reason why I wanted to give you an open mic is because I really believe you bring a word and a wise word. You've got such an amazing mind and a wise head and a beautiful heart for this country. And I want to honor you for that. I'm reminded, of these words, and I want to read them to you guys. Freedom is oxygen for the soul. Today we're suffering with of suffocation, and thank you for bringing hope to us, Joel. Thanks so much, and God bless you and Mario and all the team there. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if you don't mind me saying this last verse just to finish off to give people real hope, turn back to Christ. Please do. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has conceived what the Lord has in store for all of us. And that He's been a light for me, and He'll be a light for you too. Just try reading one verse from the New Testament tonight. Just try it. I dare you.